Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force. Are you someone with Odin? Maybe you're not. Are you someone who has gone up against someone with Odin? Maybe you haven't that either, but I guarantee you that you will soon. From what I understand, there's going to be, or there is, about 2,500, maybe 20, over 2,300 for sure, that have Odin. And I think that more are climbing every day. I think honestly, there's anywhere between 50 and 100 players that are getting him right now over, almost every day. And I think at some point there's going to be more Odins actually than Mephistos. The last I heard was there was like 9 to 10,000 Mephistos, but the scaling of Odin is so much higher. Now there is a bit of its kit that I think a lot of people have overlooked, which is getting people into trouble in PvP, particularly in Crucible. But you could also run into this into War, and it's this part of his passive. Or sorry, it's this part of his special. My bad. Sorry, the Odin sleep mechanic, of course, where he clears exhaust. So if this character does not have 2 or more exhausted, clear 1 exhaust from self and all allies. Now you can run into some trouble, like some people have that I've spoke to, because they thought that this was a bug. No, he can in fact clear exhaust off of himself if he has 0. Well, I guess in this case he has 1 exhaust. So you have to be very careful with how you approach the battle with Odin and what not to do. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. Okay, so I want to share with you this particular clip that was shared with me. It's just running off of Inger, that shares this. And so the whole point of this is basically, I'm going to pause it. Can I pause it? So you can see that this is an Orcus Odin defense team in Cosmic Crucible, using, I guess somebody who had that, and then the person, this is a Crucible replay, and someone else was using New Avengers. So you can see the 1 exhaust is being applied to the characters there, and Odin does have exhaust. Now, at this point in time, he is still on full cooldown. So when the first attack had happened, Odin didn't take a turn because, all the Orcus, he's not the fastest character, and so all of the other Orcus characters took their turns and I guess wiped the field and whatnot. So you're gonna see something pretty funny here, is that he only has 1 exhaust, right? So he's going in. The other guy, the guy on the attack, right, is trying to sack, right? And if you don't know what I mean by sack, like, wipe and then get another exhaust on the field. But he's playing the battle, and that's actually potentially not good in this instance, because in the first battle he didn't clear the Odin special, and that's what Odin leads with. Odin leads with the special with the Odin sleep. So he didn't clear that to begin with, was a huge problem later on. And so all the attacks go through, blah, 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 blah. New Avengers, they're fairly fast. Here, though, no, not yet. Here, there we go. We get the Odin sleep, and it clears the exhaust on the entire team. Now, the problem with this in Cosmic Crucible is you only have 3 attacks. So he basically just screwed himself, because this will be the 2nd attack, and he was hoping to get a 2nd exhaust so that he would go in properly on the 3rd attack. But that's no longer possible. So that means that the 3rd attack will have 1 exhaust again, because he just cleared it. Now, he probably won't have the energy back around to do the Odin sleep again, but nonetheless, this is an easy way to screw your PvP, especially in Crucible, where you only have 3 attacks total to do that, right? So you have to do the 2 sacks, and then you have to be very specific on getting your 3rd attack on Odin that's actually a win. So yeah, this guy was in for a rude awakening when he went in for his 3rd time, or maybe he didn't realize the interactions of Odin and how that can go. So be very mindful if you do start to run up against an Odin, and you make this mistake where you don't clear his special on the 1st sack. So typically I would recommend 2 things. There's 2 things that I recommend. Either you sack with a team that could survive a round, which in this case might have been a bit difficult because Orcus is pretty powerful. Lady Deathstrike hits really hard, especially when she's maxed out. The second recommendation would be just to go into the pause screen. Honestly, the pause screen over here, and time out for 5 minutes. On both attempts, actually. That way, that even if he were to use the Odin Sleep on the third round, it's not going to clear the exhaust because he can't do that when he has two exhausts on him, right? And so that's going to be really important for you to be able to make sure that those exhausts stick. Don't do what this guy did and not pay attention to the cooldowns and let the battle run so that the Odin Sleep clears the exhaust off. That is really, really bad. This is maybe less. This is something that could still happen in Alliance War, but I guess it's less risky. It sucks, but I mean, you can still get over it, I suppose, because you'd have like unlimited attacks in Alliance War, right? But in Cosmic Crucible, this is absolutely going to probably cause you to lose your match, which it did for that player. And the other thing that I want to share is this screenshot here that was shared with me as well. So this was a 3-tap for Cosmic Crucible against Odin. However, I heard that you only need to 2-tap him, and you could use this team here. This is what they used. They said it was very good. This was Apocalypse Mercs for Money, which apparently worked very well against Odin Annihilators, because then Gladiator is not going to have Safeguard, and apparently this is also very strong. So keep that in mind as well. But for the same reason, you just don't want to have Odin. If you're going to do a single sack, make sure that you get rid of that Odin Sleep. Otherwise, you are going to be in for some massive, massive trouble. Okay. This is so important because a lot of people aren't really, I'll be honest, like even in Arena, I wouldn't say that I'm a master of Odin. I just got him on Thursday, and so I'm still learning the tricks of the trade and what to watch out for. But this is absolutely something that we're going to start seeing more of, because more people are getting Odin faster than they were unlocking Mephisto. I think on a daily basis, every 24 hours, there is going to be more people claiming Odin because the threshold to get him unlocked is just not as difficult as it was for Mephisto. So we have 2 more Cosmic Crucible rounds for Monday and Tuesday, and I just wanted to kind of let you know about that. But the same thing could apply for Alliance War. So just because it's any PvP really, and so that's just really crazy. Like, his kit is quite lengthy, so if you haven't had the chance to take a look at it, particularly on his passive, because he gets like all the assists now and things like that, and the special, right? Because this is on full energy cooldowns, whereas the ultimate is not, which requires him to use the Odin Sleep and then get the energy, right? So I just wanted to share this with you. This is a potential trap that you could fall into. It's very easy to fall into this if you're not used to or haven't really fought Odin before. And one thing that I wanted to just let you guys know and just share with you as well is Dark Dimension 8, low leaderboard. Yeah, just so many people are clearing the, actually, where is, yeah, I cleared this on third. There's, I think, let me know. Actually, I'd love to know in the comments down below. If you have recently cleared Odin, like yesterday, maybe, or today, let me know where the current leaderboard sits at, because I think it's scaling pretty quickly. And I would like to see at some point when it intersects Mephisto. I think that'll be, probably still be a month or two, but at some point, it's going to be pretty interesting. Anyways, that's it just for a short video for now. I'll be back later on this afternoon after the store reset as well, I think. Because we're going to take a look at the candy store and how much Captain Britain is going to cost us. That's going to be an interesting video. So until then.